Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about factory farming. Factory farming is generally like what you would see in like a documentary about the food industry or anything like that. So it is where lots and lots and lots of animals are raised in small spaces in terrible conditions. So, chickens are kept in like really small cages where they can barely move around. And they're like feedlots where like just tons and tons of cows are all just in this one space and they can hardly move. And I think personally that's extremely inhumane and just should not be done in any circumstance, for multiple reasons. One of them being the quality of life that the animals have. It's so low. It's a very sad, like, I can't imagine living in conditions like that. Obviously, I'm a human, but whatever. And moving past while the animals are alive, once they are dead and, we eat the meat from them, all of those diseases and all of those hormones and steroids and antibiotics, all of the things that meat has, the animal has eaten or whatever while they're alive, when we eat it, that passes on to us. So it's not only unhealthy for them, but it's unhealthy for us. Another thing is just the environment in general. It's extremely bad for the environment. On feedlots, and there's tons of cows standing around, and they poop, and all of their waste, it's large amounts of waste in these areas, and so they can be very damaging to the environment and the people who live around those areas. Some websites said that it can cause respiratory issues, skin infections, nausea, depression, and it could even lead to death if you're around that for a long enough time. And one reason that this type of farming, how terrible it sounds, one reason that it is so popular is that it's cheap and it's easy. And today people don't really care so much about, health and just like what they're actually putting in their body. They don't really think about it. And so these things they're so popular because it's easy. Like, you just do one thing and you get like a lot done in a short period of time. So like chickens. A lot of times chickens and other like poultry and birds and stuff, their beaks, the farmers will cut their beaks off so they can't peck at each other. Because when chickens get really stressed, apparently they will attack each other, and they'll like bite feathers off each other's backs, and they basically turn into cannibals when they get super stressed. So when chickens are living in this environment, very close together, very cramped, they're very stressed, and so they'll start attacking each other. And so they just completely remove their beaks, that's so unnatural. Like, they don't, the chicken doesn't have a way to, defend itself or anything if it needed to. So yeah, the farmers, they only care about money. What's cheapest to do, what they can do the quickest and make the most money. And that's not all farmers, but this is the most popular type of farming nowadays. Some just random facts. Supermarket chickens, just, a frozen chicken breast or whatever that you would get from the supermarket, has 2 times the fat and 1/3 less protein than it did 40 years ago. So our farming methods have changed so much that it's changed the actual food that we're putting in our bodies, and it's not the same like it used to be. Another thing about chickens, egg-laying chickens, sometimes they're starved for up to 14 days. And they're exposed to like different light patterns changing, and they're given no water. And all that is to shock their body into thinking that it's time for them to start producing more and more eggs. So the farmers get what they want faster.